Did you know that your favorite fruity blends could be sabotaging your blood sugar levels? Yes, that seemingly healthy morning smoothie might be working against you. In this video, we'll uncover common smoothie mistakes that could be making diabetes management more difficult for seniors and how to enjoy your smoothies the right way. Top 10 fruit smoothie mistakes that worsen diabetes in seniors. First up, we have number 1, ignoring added sugars in ingredients. It's surprising, but many ingredients that seem perfectly healthy for our smoothies can actually be hidden sources of added sugars. These sugars can really make a big difference in blood sugar control, especially for seniors with diabetes. Take sweetened yogurts, for example. They often pack in a lot of refined sugar, which means empty calories and a quick jump in glucose. That's why it's so important to choose plain, unsweetened yogurt varieties to steer clear of this issue. And it's a similar story with some plant-based milks, like almond or soy milk. Many of them come in sweetened versions. So, always make it a habit to check the label for the word unsweetened. This way, you can be sure you're not accidentally adding sugar to what you thought was a healthy drink. Then there are fruit juices. Even if they say 100% juice, they are very concentrated sources of sugar, and they're missing that wonderful fiber you get in whole fruits. If you use these as a smoothie base, your blood sugar can go up pretty fast. Also, things like flavored syrups or even honey, while they might be natural, they also add a lot to the total sugar you're consuming, and really should be used very sparingly, or perhaps not at all, if you're managing diabetes. The bottom line here is that reading those nutrition labels carefully is absolutely key to spotting and avoiding these hidden sugars. Moving on to our second point, we have number 2, fruit-only smoothies. Now, fruits are fantastic. They're loaded with vitamins and minerals. However, if your smoothie is made only of fruit, that can create some issues for managing blood sugar. You see, fruits are mainly carbohydrates, and these break down into glucose. So, a smoothie that's just fruit, particularly if it's a large one, can give you a really concentrated hit of sugar. This often leads to a quick and pretty big rise in blood glucose levels. And this kind of rapid spike can be especially tough for seniors with diabetes, as their bodies might find it harder to manage sugar effectively. So, what's the solution? Well, it's really important to balance out that fruit content with other macronutrients. Think about adding sources of protein, things like plain Greek yogurt, unsweetened protein powder, or even silken tofu. These can help slow down how quickly sugar is absorbed. And don't forget healthy fats. Avocado, chia seeds, or flax seeds are great examples. They also play a big part in keeping blood sugar stable because they slow down digestion even more and help you feel full. When you take this kind of balanced approach, what could have been a problematic drink turns into a much more diabetes-friendly and satisfying meal or snack. All right, let's look at the third common mistake. This is number 3, using high-glycemic fruits. It's interesting to know that not all fruits impact our blood sugar levels in the same way. Some fruits have what we call a higher glycemic index, or GI. This simply means they get digested and absorbed faster, which then leads to a quicker and higher rise in your blood glucose. For seniors who are managing diabetes, if you're often having high GI fruits in your smoothies without balancing them out, it can make controlling blood sugar a bit more challenging. Some examples of these high GI fruits are very ripe bananas, mangoes, and pineapple. Now, these fruits definitely have good nutritional benefits, but we do need to think carefully about how they affect blood sugar. But here's the good news. This doesn't mean you have to completely ban these fruits. Moderation is really the key here. If you do want to use a fruit that's higher on the glycemic index, maybe just use a smaller amount. And even more importantly, always try to pair these fruits with ingredients that are low GI. This could be other low GI fruits like berries, cherries, or apples, or it could be those great sources of protein, fiber, and healthy fats we talked about. When you add these things in, they help to slow down how your body responds to the sugars in the smoothie overall. This makes it a much safer choice for managing blood sugar. So, getting a bit familiar with the glycemic index of different fruits can really help you build smarter smoothies. Let's move on to mistake number 4, not accounting for serving size. The size of your smoothie really does matter a lot, especially when you're keeping an eye on diabetes. Even if your smoothie is jam-packed with healthy, low glycemic ingredients, if you drink a very large portion, you can end up taking in too many carbohydrates and calories. This can be more than your body can handle efficiently, and that can lead to higher blood sugar levels. You'll notice that many smoothie shops, and even some recipes you find for making them at home, often make really big servings. Sometimes these can be double or even triple what would be a good single serving, especially for a senior. So how can we manage this? Well, it's all about being mindful of portion control. Try to aim for a smoothie size that fits your own dietary needs and your carbohydrate goals. Generally, that's around 8 to 12 ounces, though it can depend on what ingredients you're using. A little tip is to use smaller glasses. That can help you visually keep track of your portion sizes. And if a recipe makes more than one serving, just divide it up and you can save the rest for another time. Paying attention to how much you're drinking is a really simple but very effective way to make sure your healthy smoothie doesn't accidentally cause those blood sugar spikes. Our 5th point to consider is number 5, overlooking fiber content. Fiber is such an important nutrient when it comes to managing diabetes. One of its main jobs is to slow down how we digest and absorb carbohydrates, and that leads to a much more gradual rise in blood sugar, which is exactly what we want. However, the way we make our smoothies can sometimes reduce some of those fiber benefits. Now, it's true that when you blend whole fruits and vegetables, you keep most of their fiber, which is great and much better than juicing, which strips the fiber away. But if you blend too intensely or for too long, especially with those really high-powered blenders, it can start to break down some of the soluble fiber. This could mean your body digests it a bit faster, and you might see a quicker rise in blood sugar than if you'd eaten the fruits whole. So, to really get the most fiber from your smoothies, think about adding ingredients that are specifically known for being high in fiber. Things like chia seeds, flax seeds, psyllium husk, or even throwing in a handful of spinach or kale can really boost that fiber content, and often without changing the taste too much. Another tip is to try not to overblend. A smoothie that's a little bit coarser in texture might actually be better for you. Making sure your smoothie is packed with fiber is really essential if you want it to be a truly blood sugar-friendly drink, especially for seniors. Next up is number 6, lack of protein and healthy fats. Here's a common slip-up when making smoothies, especially when people are trying to make a really healthy one. They focus only on the fruits and vegetables and forget about protein and healthy fats. As we've touched on before, fruits give us carbohydrates, and those can cause a blood sugar spike if they're not balanced out. If your smoothie doesn't have enough protein and healthy fats, it can be digested very quickly. This leads to a fast rush of glucose into your bloodstream, and then often that's followed by an energy crash. This is something we really want to watch out for, particularly for seniors who are managing diabetes. So what can we do? It's about incorporating those protein sources. Think about plain Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, unsweetened protein powder, or even tofu. These help to slow down how quickly your stomach empties. And what that means is the sugars from the fruit are released more slowly and steadily, which helps prevent those sharp spikes in blood glucose. And then there are the healthy fats. Sources like avocado, nuts, seeds, such as chia, flax, or hemp, or even nut butters, play a really important part too. They don't just slow down sugar absorption, they also help you feel fuller for longer. This reduces the chances of you wanting to overeat later on. So, as you can see, a balanced smoothie is absolutely key. Let's look at mistake number 7, using fruit juices instead of whole fruits. Now, this is a big one. One of the most significant mistakes that can take a perfectly healthy smoothie idea and turn it into a blood sugar trap is using fruit juice as the liquid base. I know fruit juice might seem like a natural and healthy choice, but it's really very different from eating the whole fruit. You see, when fruit is juiced, most of the fiber is stripped away. And that fiber is so important for slowing down how quickly sugar is absorbed. So what you're left with is basically sugar water, though it does have some vitamins. But this concentrated sugar, without any fiber to slow it down, gets absorbed into your bloodstream super quickly. And that often causes a fast and pretty big spike in your blood sugar levels. For seniors dealing with diabetes, this kind of rapid surge can be especially harmful. So instead of reaching for fruit juices, always try to use whole fruits in your smoothies. When you use the whole fruit, you keep all that wonderful fiber, and that helps to lessen the impact on your blood sugar. And for the liquid part of your smoothie, think about using things like water, unsweetened almond milk, unsweetened soy milk, or even plain low-fat dairy milk. These options give you the liquid you need without piling on unnecessary sugars, and that makes your smoothie a much more diabetes-friendly choice. Mistake number 8 is not monitoring carbohydrate intake. To manage diabetes well, it's usually really important to keep track of how many carbohydrates you're eating, because carbohydrates are what affect blood sugar levels the most directly. Now, smoothies often have this healthy image, but they can actually be surprisingly high in carbohydrates. This is especially true if they're big, or if they have a lot of fruit sweeteners or fruit juice in them. If you don't account for the carbs in your smoothie, you might accidentally eat more carbohydrates than you intended for that meal or snack, and that can make it pretty tough to keep your blood sugar levels where you want them. So, it's really helpful for seniors with diabetes, or for anyone helping to care for them, to be aware of the carbohydrate content in all the smoothie ingredients. This might mean reading labels carefully, maybe using a food scale to be more accurate, or even using carb counting apps or other resources that are available. Once you understand the carb count of each part of your smoothie, the fruits, the vegetables, the liquid base, and anything else you add in, you can then adjust your recipe so it fits into your own personal meal plan. When you monitor things this consciously, it means you can enjoy your smoothies without worrying about messing up your blood sugar control. It makes them a predictable and enjoyable part of a healthy diabetes management plan. Next, we have number 9, inadequate hydration with sugary liquids. The liquid base you pick for your smoothie really has a big say in how it affects your blood sugar. Often we focus a lot on the fruits and other solid ingredients, but the liquid you choose can accidentally add a whole lot of sugar and calories. If you're using sweetened drinks, those commercial fruit juices we talked about earlier, or even too much sweetened yogurt or milk as your main liquid, you can easily turn a healthy smoothie idea into a drink that's just loaded with sugar. And when that happens, it cancels out many of the good health benefits and can lead straight to those blood sugar spikes. So, what's the best way to go for a diabetes-friendly smoothie when it comes to the liquid? You want to use bases that are low in sugar and calories. Water is a fantastic choice. It's calorie-free, and it really lets the natural flavors of your fruits and vegetables come through. Unsweetened plant-based milks like almond, soy, or coconut milk, and we're talking about the beverage type here, not the high-fat canned version, are also really good options. You could even use unsweetened green tea if you want a little antioxidant boost. When you choose these kinds of hydrating, low-sugar liquids, you're making sure your smoothie is going to support good blood sugar management and your overall health. And finally, we come to number 10, relying on commercial smoothies. While it's true that store-bought or commercial smoothies from cafes and smoothie bars can be very convenient, they can also present several risks for seniors who are managing diabetes. Often, these smoothies are made with the main goal of tasting good and looking appealing, rather than focusing on specific health needs like blood sugar control. Because of this, they frequently have large amounts of hidden sugars. These can come from things like fruit juice concentrates, sweetened fruit purees, sherbets, or various added syrups. On top of that, the serving sizes are usually very large, which means you can easily end up drinking way too many calories and carbohydrates in just one go. What's more, when you buy a smoothie out, you usually have very little control over what ingredients are in it or how much of each is used. It can be really hard to figure out the exact carbohydrate count or how much added sugar there might be. And even if a smoothie is marketed as healthy or low fat, that can sometimes be misleading. So for seniors with diabetes, it's generally much safer and much more beneficial to make smoothies right at home. When you do that, you have complete control over all the ingredients, the portion sizes, and the overall nutrition. This way, you can make sure your smoothie fits perfectly with your dietary needs and your health goals. Additional strategies for seniors. Beyond just avoiding those common pitfalls we discussed, seniors can really customize their smoothies to make them even better for managing diabetes. For instance, think about adding a variety of non-starchy vegetables like spinach or kale. These give you extra nutrients and fiber without really affecting your blood sugar much. You could also try spices like cinnamon or ginger. They add lovely flavor and might even have some mild benefits for blood sugar. It's a good idea to experiment with different combinations of low glycemic fruits, those important protein sources and healthy fats, until you find options that are both satisfying and good for your blood sugar. And of course, talking with a dietitian or a diabetes educator can be incredibly helpful. They can give you personalized advice on how to include smoothies in your healthy eating plan, making sure they meet your specific nutritional needs and what you like to eat. The great news is that enjoying fruit smoothies, even when you're managing diabetes, is absolutely possible. It just takes a little bit of knowledge and some careful preparation. By steering clear of these 10 common mistakes we've talked about, seniors can create smoothies that are not only delicious but also nutritious, and that really helps support stable blood sugar levels. When they're balanced and mindfully put together, smoothies can truly be a beneficial and enjoyable part of managing diabetes. If you found these tips helpful, we'd love for you to share this information with others who might benefit from it. And we'd also really enjoy hearing from you. Please feel free to share your favorite diabetes-friendly smoothie recipes or any questions you might have in the comment section you see below.